And Ms. Clerk, thank you for being here. We appreciate the time. It's been since 2019 that the clerk's office has come and testified to us. And since then, I know your team has been very busy and acted on several of the select committee recommendations and added new tools to help member offices, upgraded the systems used by the House community. Can you briefly just touch on some of the more significant changes that's been made to improve the legislative capacity of your office?
Certainly. So the e-hopper has been the, I think, biggest achievement, also the biggest change to the way the legislative process works in the House. It was designed over a weekend at the start in April of 2020. Those of us who are used to working full-time in the office 5 days a week suddenly found ourselves having to learn how to use Teams and laptops that we were recently provided. But we came up with the e-hopper as it was originally designed to help meet the needs of the Congress to ensure that bills and co-sponsors could be introduced when the members wanted them. So I think the e-hopper is the biggest change that we've seen, and certainly is a contributor to the amount of bills that we see introduced. The comparative print suite, I think, is also a game changer for those that utilize it. It was a long project, but the product itself is excellent and provides a much needed comparative tool for both members and staff to be able to more easily do their work and understand the changes in bill texts.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. And I want to kind of follow a little bit of the questioning of Ms. Torres regarding the transition and records and all this, but I want to ask you, because we've run into some issues, and I want to get a better understanding of how you handle records from, let's say, one committee or a select committee onto the next Congress. What records are deemed that should be preserved, maybe hearing records or any investigative stuff, versus who makes the decision of what to be preserved and what isn't? Are there guidelines for that? Can you kind of give us an idea of how you handle that?
There are House rules. There are certainly guidelines, recommended documents that should be preserved. However, we archive what the committee decides to give us for record keeping. So we're not policing anything or following up in that. But
so do you have specific guidelines that, as a subcommittee chairman, that at the end of this Congress that you would provide to the chairman or the staff to specify what I should be preserving?
Yes, so our Office of Art and Archives will come and meet with you and others on what documents should be.
Okay, but ultimately it's the chairman's decision on what should be preserved and what not. Can you then tell me what happens to those documents that are preserved?
So they are kept on the Hill, available for 2 Congresses before they are sent down to the Legislative Archives. So they are more easily retrievable for really no other reason.
Is there a particular time period that you keep the records in-house?
2 Congresses, so I believe 4 years.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so about 4 years. They're here. They're easily archivable, and if there was something that, let's say, that another member or a committee chairman was looking for, they could come to your office and request.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that. It helps clarify some things, but back to your role, are there any particular steps that this committee can take to help improve the function of your office that aren't already being undertaken? So,
I will say that I really enjoy the close collaboration that we have with the staff, and certainly have the support that we need to be able to continue to meet the needs that you guys are requesting. And so I think just a continued support for our ongoing projects, and certainly the flexibility that we have to be able to meet any changing needs that you have.
Okay. Well, thank you, and appreciate the work that you do. I know it's overwhelming at times, but it is very important and very critical.